Shant, would you like to offer that?
Yeah, I came across this sheet that just really, I don't know what, it was like a random event, and I kept it because it made a lot of sense, but it's a really, I found it a really practical kind of way of looking at an ecosystem, an arts ecosystem. So there's 5 main kind of archetypes or players. There's a supporter or a consumer. There's the maker. There's the curator. There's the administrator, laborer, and then there's the academic. So we can kind of see how each of us like are already filling those roles just by how we're sharing right here now. But maybe this can be a way. We have so many frameworks. So this is just another, it's another one, but it does kind of make it practical enough to imagine from the level of projects you were talking about. You know, we each have projects, right? That's kind of like we are all makers, and we all, and you know, you're kind of, so you Denise probably are like, you're a maker. We probably fit in all of these, right? But it's like there's the administrator laborer role that you're looking at, and then the curator role about how these projects are fitting with each other. And then we're looking for supporters and consumers, like you're saying, you know, there's Mauricio who supports the ecosystem. You want some sort of clarity. There's people that want, that would be buying the tokens. That would be the supporter consumer. Academic, like Mark is totally like part, really about the academic, or kind of stabilizing that side of the theories. And so yeah, I think it's a matter of like the makers and the curators working together to build coherence there, and then kind of sharing that with the administrator so that it can be presented to the consumer, and create that sort of coherence that can make this a reality, because we each have kind of worked to probably to capacity with what we can do on our own. So now that's kind of motivation to see what we can do with each other.
So we have maker, curator, administrator, consumer, and what?
Academic.
Okay, so the thing is about this is it's assuming that every person or every one of these beings is, you know, 100% a maker, 100% a curator, 100% administrator. What's happening in our group is that everyone's a maker and a curator and an academic, but hardly anyone's an administrator. And we don't have any, we're all consumers. So what we really need is we need everyone to be 25% or 20% administrator if we're gonna really have that. To really help make this happen. What's happening here is the heaviness is a lot of the administration. So there's some people who are much better at it, but we can teach each other. You know, but to be a good administrator, you have to be a good curator and a good maker. So, and you have to know what you're going to consume. And so it's kind of like this, everyone has a little bit of all these roles, but you might be a little bit stronger in one or the other. And so if we're in a group, we can really help uplift each other in these dynamics. Because I get stuck being an administrator a lot, and I'm actually a curator and a maker and a visionary, an academic. So if I'm only in the administrator role, then that actually bums me out and I'm not doing my passion. So that we've got to make sure that people are the administrator is somewhat the responsibility role. And the curator is like the God role. So we can be a little bit of responsibility and a little bit of God. That's what I want to have all of us. And that's where a really nice ecosystem comes together and supports each other, because administrator supports everyone. Go ahead.